I had never seen an ocean before till I came to India. The largest water body I've ever seen was River Nile, which was just a few kilometers from my home. And they used to tell me that the sea or the ocean is full of monsters. And what they forgot to tell me is that the ocean itself is a monster. My name is Manelson. I'm from South Sudan, but I was born in Uganda. And during that time, there was civil war going on in my country, in Sudan. So my mom had to flee, and she went to Uganda as a refugee. And when I was about 5 years old, we had to move back to Sudan. And we stayed there for about 5 years. And then again we had to move because the civil war was still going on. So I moved to Kenya, and that's where I did most of my education. And in 2011, Sudan separated into two countries, North and South. So I'm basically from the South part. And just like India, when India separated with Pakistan, there was a lot of issues, disputed lands like Kashmir. So we are also facing the same issues in Sudan right now. Yeah, and it's a lot of politics. But we still get along with the Northern Sudanese. Our relationship is not like North Korea and South Korea, of course, or India or Pakistan. So I came to India in 2015, and basically I came here for education. So I'm pursuing undergraduate in petroleum engineering, and this is my final year, actually my final semester. Yeah, so I basically came here for education. So basically when I came here, I was interested in rap music, and usually that what I was doing every time I got a chance, whether it is some events in the campus or outside the campus. Mostly I was doing rap, but I discovered that Indians are not familiar with rap, most of them, and they were not reacting the way I wanted. Sometimes most of them were focusing on swearing words than the actual message I was trying to put across, and that was really frustrating for me. To reach a point where I completely quit performing in college events. There were a few people that enjoyed, my raps, and every time they had an event, they would invite me. Not today. So then I discovered that outside campus they used to do like open mics. I was on Facebook, so there were a lot of events that happened every week. So I decided to join the open mics, but still doing rap. I thought maybe people out there, they're more open-minded than people in college. I discovered they were just exactly the same people, man. They were reacting the same exact way. You'll make a good rap, but they will only focus on the explicit content of the... And it's not like I didn't have any clean raps that I could present to people. They will still react the same way. They will not like, you said some good rhymes here. Okay, that was a nice punchline. They will not make comments like that. So I was discouraged. So I quit doing rap in open mics. I decided to do poetry, and personally I have no knowledge about poetry. So what I used to do, I would just take my lyrics and read them out as poetry. I'm a lyrical Al-Qaeda, go boom on the beat like lightning. So yeah, they were reacting positively then when I rapped them out. I'm like, okay. Any other to fucking come after me, don't nafunga chapter, and if you don't like me, you can go.
Your mother, I'm here to stay and just here for a day. Cause I'ma run this game till my hair turn grey. As long as I reign, there's no fucking way you ever gonna have a say. I don't care if that ain't okay, but nigga you must obey. When you see me come around, you better know how to act. Maximum respect, yes, that's what I expect. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm sure don't wanna mess with His Highness. I'm the best, I'm any doubt about that. Come on and just be honest. I know you've seen many, but have you seen any? No, my can't me. I guess not really. I'm the greatest alive. Lyrically spitting nice, sweet dope shit. Some say I'm ill, others say I'm sick. But whatever the case, I need some medicine before I turn this place into a murder scene. When they drop a dozen lines, I drop
I did that for a while, but reached a point where I was like, oh no, man, I'm lying to myself, man. Let me try something else. So I attended a comedy open mic, and the people who were going on stage, like the kind of stuff they were talking about were very basic. The experiences were basic, but they were still funny. Like, what? I have better experiences than them that are more sophisticated and even more funny, you know. So I went on that day. I was prepared to go and do a poetry like I used to do, but that day I decided to go and do like a comedy set like that, and people loved it. They even thought I was like maybe some established comedian from Africa, like. And that was my first time. So after that, every time they had like open mic, they would invite me, and I would come over. Yeah. And by then I didn't know anything about comedy, you know. So I had to do some research and how to write, how to script some jokes like that. And since like my everyday experience here is like funny in nature, I had no problem like coming up with the funny material. So every week I write a new material. So every Thursday I have to go and perform in the open mics. I have to present to them a new material, and it has never been a challenge to me because India is the best place to do. Okay, it's the best place to get ideas for comedy, but not the best place to do comedy because because the concept of comedy is still new to them, just the same way the concept of rap music is. But unlike rap music, you know, comedy, you get instant reaction. I've been in Chennai now for almost 4 years, but unfortunately, I've not learned Tamil. But at least I know Vanakam, Nandri, Pora Pora Pora, and Punde. Yeah. And I realized that's all I need to survive here. Yeah. When I came here, I had an interest in learning Tamil. And then someone told me that it has over 300 alphabets and sound. And I was like, fuck it, man. English has only 26 letters. That means for me to learn Tamil, I have to put in around 15 times as much effort. I'm not ready for that, man. At least I know Nandri, Vanakam. Yeah. You need to insult people and you need to appreciate them, that's it. Mother chut, you know. Oh, that's Hindi. Say punde, punde. Sunni, sunni. Po, pora. You are an asshole to me, you know what to expect. Right? If the joke is funny, people will laugh, and you are able to gauge, you know, your progress, and yeah. How many of you have ever been on a blind date? Blind date. How many of you? Okay, fair. So, okay, I've made a lot of jokes about Indian marriages and blind date, and usually people resonate with that. I don't know, is it because it is true or it's just funny? I made a joke about blind date based on my personal experience. I told them like, I've been on a couple of blind dates and I used to feel bad until I came to India and I discovered people here do something much worse than a blind date. They do blind marriages. I used to feel bad about all my blind dates when I was in Africa. But when I came to India, I discovered that people do something that is much worse than having a blind date, which is they do blind marriages. You have your own vocabularies, you have your own expressions, your own slangs that are not understood the same way elsewhere in the world. Yeah. You have parcel. You have signal, cycle. Cycle. What is cycle, man? Cycle is anything that goes like this. But here, cycle means bicycle, right? And a bike means motorbike. Elsewhere, bike means anything that has two wheels. So that applies also for bicycle. Bicycle is also a bike. And here, like when you say school, it specifically means like primary school, but elsewhere school mean anything, any institution where learning takes place is school. So a university is also a school. And here college and university mean the same thing. And actually when you tell people university, they kind of like, what, university? It's like they're not familiar with that term. And graduation, you say passing out. My brother passed out last year. Passing out means to faint or to lose consciousness, but apparently here it means to pass out, to pass out of college. Another thing, bonking. Bonking means to skip classes right here. Do you know what bunking means? It means to have sex. That's what it means. So when you are telling me about mass bunking, you know what comes to my head? Mass means a lot of people. Bunking means sex. Sex involving a lot of people is gangbang, man. So my next reaction is going to be like, where is the gangbang happening, man? I'm interested. Indians, you guys don't know how to give directions, man. I swear, I don't know if it happens only to me, but every time I ask an Indian to direct me, they should direct me to the wrong location. I remember one day I was misled by 5 people, man. Yeah. The first person told me like, go this way, straight. You'll see one coffee shop left, there only. So I followed his instruction. I ended up in a biryani shop, man. And that biryani guy thought I was coming to buy biryani. Like, sir, biryani 60 rupees only. Parcel also available. I was like, no, sir. Yeah, I told him where I was going, so he directed me, right? I followed his directions. I got myself in the same place I started, right? And the 5th person, you know, I asked him. He told me, go straight like this. There's one KFC there. Go straight again and then left. There's one big apartment there only. I was like, sir, that's where I stay. You're taking me back to my apartment. It's crazy. So nowadays, I don't ask for directions. I just use my Google map. Although sometimes it's not convenient, but I trust it more than Indians. Like, I didn't know like crossing the road requires some kind of science and art, you know. Like, it's a skill, you know, it's a life skill. crossing road in India is a life skill. Like if you can cross a road successfully, you deserve some kind of some kind of recognition, man. When I first came here, in my country, to cross the road is very simple, man. You just look left, right, and if there's no car coming, you pass, you get to the other side. In India, it's different. You have to look ahead, you have to look left, you have to look right, and you have to look back. And you have to repeat it for consistency, like 2 to 3 times. And then you have to get to the other side. Yeah. And sometimes, I'm also tempted to look up, When it comes to traffic, man, I don't trust Indians. They can come literally from any direction, any possible direction. Basically, I think even before white people brought this racism to, I think racism existed in India before, even before it became associated with white people, racism existed here. Like fair people have always been treated with respect and everything. And even here, bleaching creams are popular with Indians. Like logically, they should be popular with black people, but that's not the case. They're popular with Indian people. Even those who are already fair, they want to be fair. That's basically racism. That means if you are black, you are not appreciated by the society. So you are forced to change your skin and everything. And also, like the way the Northeast people are treated, or the Tamil Nadu are treated, is not the same way Northern people are treated. So there's hierarchy of based on color. So to deny that racism does not exist in India, or it was brought here by white people, is ridiculous. I believe it was there even before white people came. Yeah. And if you ask me now, I'll tell you white people are less racist than other people. I actually had a song about racism. Yeah. And I unfortunately I didn't record it, but I have the lyrics. We all deserve equal time and space. There's no such thing like a superior race. Judge me not, grudge me not, by the look of my face. Let my character and my trait to determine my fate. Let my culture or my faith be not the case. Fuck stereotype and prejudice. Why do I have to be victimized because of some stupid perceptions and misconceptions? He's brown, I'm black, but fuck that. We are all human beings at the end of the day. We may all look different, but that is okay. There's a reason why God made us that way.